You ask one question before your feet hit the floor. You may not hear it. It runs underneath the alarm, underneath the first reach for the phone, a low question your mind asks the day before the day has even started. For most people, on most mornings, it is some version of this. What do I have to get through today? And every plan, every task, every hour after that is quietly built to answer it. This is about the question that sets the aim before any task is touched. Change the question you wake into, and you do not just change your mood. You change the shape of the entire day, because the day will spend itself answering whatever you asked it first. We treat the morning as a starting line, a place to begin moving. But before you move, something quieter has already happened. You have framed the day. You have told yourself, in a sentence you barely noticed, what this day is for. And the framing is doing more work than any task on the list, because the day will organize itself around the question you handed it. There is a man who understood this so well that he wrote his question down and put it at the head of his daily schedule. Benjamin Franklin, in his autobiography, describes the plan he made for ordering his days, and at the top of the morning he placed a single line he would ask himself on waking. The question was this: what good shall I do this day? Read it slowly, because it is doing something precise. It does not ask what he had to survive, or clear, or escape. It asks what he intended to add. Before a single item was checked, the day already had a direction, and the direction was outward, toward contribution, not merely through, toward the end of a list. Notice what that question refuses to be. It is not what do I have to get through. That question makes the day an obstacle, a thing standing between you and the relief of its being over. But what good shall I do makes the day a field with an aim in it. Same hours, same tasks, same inbox. Entirely different day, decided before any of it began, by which question you let go first. A modern researcher gives us the reason this works at the level of the mind. Gabrielle Eddingen spent years studying what actually turns a wish into a result, and she found that simply picturing the good outcome, the bright fantasy of the day going well, does not energize you. It quietly drains you, because the mind treats the imagined success as if it has already arrived. What mobilizes you instead is pairing the wish and the outcome with an honest look at the obstacle in the way, and then the plan to meet it. The wish, the outcome, the obstacle, the plan. A real morning question does exactly that work. What good shall I do today forces you to name the good, then to face what stand against it, then to decide your first move. It is not a daydream. It is an aim with the resistance built in. And there is a reason the question must point at one thing, not 20. Greg McKeown describes what he calls essentialism, the disciplined pursuit of less. The undisciplined morning says yes to everything, lets the day fill with 100 small urgencies, and ends with motion but no meaning. The disciplined morning eliminates before it adds. It asks not what can I fit in, but what is the one good this day is actually for, and lets a clear yes to that make every other thing a clear, easy no. A day with one essential aim is a day that can be lived. A day with 20 is a day that merely happens to you. So look at what Franklin, Eddingen, and McKeown are circling from 3 different directions. The morning's first question is not a small thing you say to yourself. It is the lever. It sets the aim. It gathers your energy toward an obstacle worth facing, and it narrows the day to the one good that matters. The question comes first, and the day follows it down. So before you reach for the first task, listen for the question you're actually asking. If it is what do I have to get through, you have already made the day an enemy, and you will spend it bracing instead of building. The hours will feel heavy not because of their content, but because of the frame you poured them into. You're not tired from the work. You're tired from enduring a day you only asked to survive. So replace the question while it is still early, while nothing has been touched. What good shall I do this day? Let be specific. Not a vague wish to be productive, but one concrete good in the work that is actually yours that you would be proud to have done by evening. Then let your honest eye fall on the one obstacle most likely to stop it, and decide, right now, the first small move that meets that obstacle head on. And here is the quiet relief in it. You do not have to control the whole day, or finish it, or win it. You only have to aim it. Once the aim is set, the day stops being 1,000 scattered demands and becomes a single direction you are walking in. The tasks do not change. Your relationship to them does, because now they serve something you chose instead of things happening to a person who never decided what the day was for. So set the aim now, before the first task touches you. I ask what good I shall do this day, and I refuse the question of what I merely have to get through. I name one concrete good in the work that is mine that I intend to have done by evening. I face the single obstacle most likely to stop that good, instead of pretending the day will be smooth. I decide my first small move toward the aim before I open the inbox or the door. I eliminate before I add, letting one clear yes turn the lesser things into an easy no. I treat the morning's question as the lever it is, and I set it deliberately rather than letting it set itself. I let the day follow the aim I gave it, knowing the question I asked first will shape every hour after. That is the morning. Not a longer list, not a harder push, but a better question asked before any of it begins, and a day that bends toward the answer. So ask it now, while the day is still unspent and the aim is still yours to set. And if this gave you a sharper morning, stay with the disciplined hour, where every morning is a call to set the day's aim before the first task. Then come back tonight for the other half of the day. Because if the morning opens with a question, the night closes with an answer of its own. In tonight's reflection, the researcher Robert Emmons on the science of gratitude, the Ignatian examen and its first quiet step of giving thanks, and the poet Mary Oliver on attention as a form of devotion. The morning sets the day's aim with a question. The night closes it by naming what the day gave. Begin disciplined. End reflective. Now ask,